Okay, episode 2, shoegaze at Wimbledon. This hallowed turf, these majestic grounds. So much history here. Humbled by the experience. I'd watched the tennis, kind of enjoyed the tennis, but I was looking at the gear more and enjoying the style and pizzazz of the whole game.
We've got Lacoste.
Oh, we've got Lacoste. We've got Henri Lacoste.
We've got Ralphie.
Ralph. We've got all that shit.
Dunlop Green Flash.
We've got the Dunlop Green Flash. It's a beautiful day. We're in Wimbledon. The temple of tennis, the beginning of where we all got influenced to wear our Lacostes, our Nike Wimbledons, or whatever. But this is it, this is the Mecca. This is the actual shirt that he wore.
That's the actual shirt.
From the 1980 Wimbledon.
I think, yeah.
This is exactly the same one.
I'm just gonna touch it a little bit. There you go. The Fila BJ logo.
He wore this exact outfit with the headband and everything. When he first won it in '76, he was with Fila, but it wasn't BJ. It was only after '76 when he won the first Wimbledon that Fila said, "Actually, you're so good, we'll give you a Beyond Borg range." So the BJ that we all love now, you know, the casuals and even hip hop love it. And the shoes, though, it's not the Borg Elite. He wore this just to be on Borg in the final, which is the blue look.
Yeah.
So 1980, but at the year after is when they brought out the big Diodora gold Borg Elite that everybody knows. And when he won that big final, he was wearing just a pair of Beyond Borgs. But also they say this dimpled sole was one of the first actually made for lawn tennis shoes. And this was the first one which did it. Diodora, strangely, were a massive brand. They'd only got into like making shoes outside of mountain shoes and hiking shoes in the early 70s. Were hand making these over in Italy.
Yeah.
And then went to Borg. There was a guy who beat him, one of the big journeymen, not famous guy. And he was one of the few people who beat Borg, not many people did. And he was wearing Beyond Borg shoes.
He beat him in his own shoes.
But he was
The indignity.
thingy to Nike, under contract to Nike, so he used to unstitch the Diodora,
split doodah.
take that and hand paint Nike in the back and do that, so he didn't look like he was breaking his contract. He used to practice with Borg, and Borg used to say, play in these just to see how great they were, and when he did, he said, I'm not going to have them. They were different days.
Wow.
But I mean, obviously we all know what that shoe
Some
then
more amazing info
led on
from
to.
the brain of Neal Heard. There's the Nikes that we saw in Northampton.
Wow. What a sign. Becca. Remember the final he won when he was 17, 18-year-old kid? This shoe, you wouldn't recognise immediately. It's not a famous shoe, but it's famous because of the sporting moment, which was when Becca won his first Wimbledon final. I think it was 86, something like that. But he's famous because he was 18 or 17 at the time, so I think he's still to this day the youngest champion of all time, and he signed them. But if you look at him, you wouldn't have even thought it was a tennis shoe, would you?
Really.
Somewhat like a basket shoe. It's got the dimpled sole, which the Diodora's brought in. It was actually called the Puma Ace, I think. Got his name written on the
name
back
there,
there.
yeah.
But what it was, he was sort of the boy, underground boy, bubbling away on the scene because he was so young and he was about 17. And he went to Adidas and said, "Will you endorse me? Can I wear your shoes?" And he asked so much money that Horst Dassler, Adi's son at the time, said, "No chance. No one's heard of you. So why would we give you loads of money?" So because Adidas and Puma are obviously in the same town, Herzog in Germany. Crossed the river to Puma because there was such animosity between Puma and Adidas.
Yeah, just carried on.
He
that
said,
whole...
"Come on, give me the stuff because it's going to really annoy your cousin."
Yeah.
And Armin, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Armin Dassler, which was the cousin of Horst Dassler.
Yeah.
And so almost just to annoy Adi, they took him on. And a year later, he won Wimbledon wearing their shoes. So
And it really pissed them off.
obviously, if we go into this is a Stan Smith, worn Stan Smith
Worn by Stan
by
Smith.
the man himself. What can you say about this? I mean, lots of people didn't even realise that he was a tennis player. And there's his face gracing the town. He used to say that he didn't like playing against other players, especially when they beat him wearing his own shoes. He couldn't stand it. This is a later one, I would have said, towards the end of his career, because in the early days, until about 77, it still had Haley on it somewhere, which we said about before. So this is a pure Stan Smith. So I think this is later on, but he was champion around 71, 72, wasn't he? I think the first all leather tennis shoe ever. 1966 it first came out, and it changed the game because no one up until then, everybody's still been doing it in canvas. Yeah, brilliant.
So that's, we think, was Rene Lacoste's blazer.
Yeah, well, I'd be amazed if it was.
Yeah.
So this is something Lacoste wore, famous Lacoste. If you look at Matt and your good self, both wearing a bit of Lacoste. But this
Chemise
when
Lacoste.
he was wearing it before he had his own label, so he was wearing it by somebody else, I would imagine, isn't it?
And a long time before the whole kind of 90s acid jazz fashions kicked in.
Yeah. It's alright, we turn and have a look at the label. So it's made in Paris by somebody else. Can we get the name?
Mitch and Sons.
Avenue George V in Paris. Like I was saying, a lot of tennis players were wearing other people's gear and then ended up having their own ranges from it, So he would have done this, become famous, and then ended up starting to make his own Lacoste label.
I think this is completely me. I'm feeling this. This is a wonderful outfit. The unraveling. All it is.
Oh, wow. Nice pure pair of deep green flash. Nice, isn't it? I think it was 1935, 1936 the shoe came out. And tell you, they were really tied into Fred Perry. Fred Perry was wearing them. I don't know if he specifically wore the green flash one. I think he did actually. And that's why they maybe became a big seller and so iconic.
These are pretty funky, weren't they?
Yeah, so these are really plimsolls.
1940s.
Wow, again, it's so hard.
Shit, you can get that from YMC now, couldn't you? Something
Totally,
like that.
yeah. That's the thing where it's come to, isn't it? I mean, both of these, where you get the word for plimsoll from, isn't it? That was basically the start of trainer history.
What's the plim? What
The plimsoll, the plimsoll line on a ship, when you look at the ship at the water and it's got a line going all the way around the edge? That's called the plimsoll. And so plimsolls became plimsolls because of this bonded canvas to the rubber. So it's this line here going all around the shoe.
Holy shit.
But that was literally like 1930s. Dunlop were one of the first brands ever to start making trainers. And they started out as the Liverpool Rubber Company.
Yeah.
And lots of them were like rubber companies. And they say Dunlop were the first to ever make a form of dapper plimsoll, you know. They were calling them sand shoes or tennis shoes later on. And Victorians were wearing it to the beach, looking more like this than that. That's probably a bit more developed later on, but this shoe, it was vulcanization when they bonded rubber to canvas, and that's how it started. They reckon Converse did it, but a British guy actually patented it before him.
Definitely
But Converse is really famous for doing it. And that's like in 1850 or something.
So these are Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
And that's 2006.
Oh,
They were worn by the umpires.
Wow, were they?
Yeah.
But like you can see, look, Ralph's gone straight back to that other pair of shoes he
Yeah.
put away just recently. Look what he's doing, he's got the 1930s shoes, gone back to classicism.
That's just like a pro head though, isn't it really?
So Ralph.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Lovely colour.
Nice and cream and that's
Right here. This is skid resistant. That's a cool sole.
you know, Lacoste, Fred Perry, LS, Ticini, Fila, right down to Ralph, all have massive links with tennis.
That's the Ralph Lauren raincoat that was worn by the ball boys and ball girls last year in 2016.
Do they get to keep them?
You're going to apply to be a ball boy, aren't you, right?
Look at that.
They're beautiful, man. Feel it as well. It's a nice outfit to have if you're going to be a ball boy, isn't it? Or ball girl. Yeah, it is official Wimbledon outfit, isn't it?
You got it there.
I love the colourway of the Wimbledon thingies, purple and green, beautiful. No way we can try it on, is it?
I'm afraid not. I know it's
It's a better thing though, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Even though it's only made last year.
Oh, that's a
There we go.
God. It's a gentleman's tennis blazer, which shows you how far they go into being kind of formal, ultra smart if you think about coming out in their tracksuits of today.
Hmm. It says 86. Is that the
86
Becca
is
one?
when Becca won.
Let's have a look at my boy Becca.
Oh, cool. Oh, there you are.
There's
Look.
Becca in it, yeah, there's his trainers.
He is wearing the ace.
We were just holding moments ago. Nice Alessi shirt. Short shorts. Look at Martina's legs. Powerhouse.
I used to. I just go and play tennis with my mate, pretending to be when we be, you know, after watching Wimbledon like once a year, play tennis over the park.
Yeah.
And we go over and instead of being like the guys, we'd be Martina against somebody. I can't remember who the other like.
Is that
famous
when it all
lady was.
started? And
That's when it all started.
yeah, and then on the weekends.
And I came out.
Let's go into centre court.
The final, Matt Briggs.
Cliff Richard.
That's Royal Box, isn't it?
We go in the
Royal Box. No, I don't think we'll be again in Royal Box.
No.
Thank you, darling. Thanks for everything, though. Thanks for all that.
Smell nice.
Thank you. It's made my day.
Great. No, it's lovely. Thanks, Anna.